And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is Monday, the start of the week. Yes, yes. This is Mississippi Sexual. This is Motion Mondays. And my co-host,
Hey, you already know it's your boy BU because that's all you gotta motherfucking do is be
yeah, I love that shit, man.
you.
And our favorite guest that's kicking it with us today. What's up now, man? Hatter?
I'm here and in the square.
He here and he in the square. You heard him, ladies and gentlemen. This is Arc for Change, baby. We finna get it popping. How y'all gentlemen doing today?
uh, it's been a good Monday. Good start of the week. You know, Mondays are like, one of those, you don't know how it's gonna go. You kind of get to feel the week out. You
Yeah.
don't really know how it's gonna go. Um, so I actually started changing up my morning routine. Actually, and
Okay. So what did you switch up in your routine, brother?
um, I wouldn't wake up and just look at my phone.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't just get up cause I used to do that. Like, so, I changed jobs. I was like, damn, let me change my habits pretty much, Not saying it's bad habits, because it could be some important messages that I missed while I was asleep, but still, I changed
Right.
habits. So, I wake up, brush my teeth. If I didn't shower the night before, well, I always shower the night before, actually, but sometimes if I'm tired when I wake up, I shower again, even though I ain't go nowhere when I showered last night. A hot shower wake you up good.
Okay. Okay.
So,
I can see how that works.
yeah, so I know I've just been doing that a lot too, but and then I listen to a lot of podcasts, like a lot. That's like I prefer listening to podcasts, like
Absolutely.
talk shows. Yeah, talk shows. Like I listen to the radio, but the radios are usually podcasts. They just play songs every now and then.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that because I wake up a little later now. So I catch the 6 a.m. podcast that be on my way to work and stuff like that. Give me little random ideas and stuff. See how they do their stuff, and compare it to how we do our stuff and everything like that.
Right.
But yeah, that's my little routine. I get up and I try to avoid my phone. Do what I got to do, bathroom, all that. If I gotta use the bathroom, I gotta be naked. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta all clothes on. I gotta be booty naked when I use the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey,
Yeah.
so yeah, then I have to shower no matter what after that. But yeah. What about your routine, Marshall?
My routine is more a nighttime routine than it is a daytime routine.
What you mean?
I have a routine at nighttime to where I go to bed at a certain time and I'm up at a certain time, but I make sure I'm in bed at a certain time and I'm settled in for the night and everything for a certain time and everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm much better having a routine than I am not having a routine. When I don't have a routine, things seem to spiral out of control. What can I say? I'm institutionalized.
We're not claiming that. We're not claiming that. Hey man, I got a question for you guys. Man,
What's
what
up?
role does creativity play in you guys' daily routine? And how does that impact your overall well-being?
That plays a role in what I have to figure out how to keep my guys happy and interested in doing the job the right way and like making it fun.
Yes.
Because you don't want to go to work miserable. I want my guys to want to come to work. So
Absolutely.
I go in that motherfucker. Hey, 7 a.m. I'm climbing there. I'm climbing already.
Yeah,
Like we've
yeah.
been there all day. Like I'm climbing already. Like, hey, all right, now, hey, I'm like, all right. I walk around the halls and everything. All right, we gonna get on our shit today, or we gonna do what we did yesterday? And they're like, what you mean? Oh, hey, and I pull up my laptop, you know. Oh no, these production numbers look a little different than what they did the day before.
Right.
So, hey, do I gotta get on your ass or not? And then
Right,
you know,
right.
it'd be funny, they be joking and everything. But it's making work fun to me. Make it work fun. You don't want nobody to kind of work miserable. You don't want them coming to work miserable. You want them to want to come to work. Like they get up, they hop out the bed as soon as the alarm go off type shit.
Right. I ain't coming to work miserable.
Yeah.
You know what my philosophy is when it comes to my piece. I don't want a corner, I don't want a half, I don't want a third, I want my whole piece.
Hey,
You
honestly.
know? And it's too expensive, you know what I mean? So I that goes to my work environment. I want to be in a work environment where my mind is clear, I'm able to be creative, I'm able to be productive, I'm able to be innovative, and I'm able to, you know, be in a positive space. If I can't be in that type of environment, I don't want to be there.
Yeah. Honestly. What about you, Mad Hatter?
What about you, Mad Hatter? I know you got a lot of things over there cooking. How does creativity, how do you incorporate creativity into your daily routine?
I think if you're creative, you can make anything creative out of anything.
I agree with that. I
don't think you need a certain vibe or a certain feng shui or a certain this, and you don't need to align this with that and this to be creative. If you're creative, you can do it whenever you get inspired. It's not always going to be the perfect. I think best creativity comes when you least expect it.
I can agree with that. How you feel about that statement, BU?
I agree with that. Creativity to me is personal. What you may think is not creative to you, I can think. Nigga, I dug a hole. Hey, that's creative shit to me. It might seem simple to you, but the way I dug that hole, hey, so
it was very creative, motherfucker.
I could have dug a hole with a spoon. You'd never know, but you know there's a hole right there.
Yes. I like that, bro.
Digging your own grave is poetry in motion.
Hey.
I agree with that. Now let me ask you, how does creativity incorporate with your well-being? Does being creative have anything to do with your well-being? Like, do you feel like are you in a good space when you're creating?
It depends what you're creating.
I was just about to say, sometimes I create when I'm in a bad space because it puts me in a mood where like I got to get my mind off everything and just do something. You know, like something to keep you busy, just to keep your mind off stuff.
How many creative people are happy people? Most of the creative people are freaking tortured.
Yeah.
So, what does creativity do for your well-being? Does it
keeps your mind off the bad stuff,
or put you in a good space?
It keeps you in a stable space. I want to say good or bad.
Stable space. I wouldn't
say good or bad, but like a stable space, and it gets your mind off of whatever you're going through at that moment.
I say it sacrifices your reality.
I like that too.
I love the way you put that. Sacrifice your reality. I'm gonna write that down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, so Marshall, what do people misunderstand about you? Or both
that's
of y'all.
That's a long and distinguished list. call me crazy all the time. I like to think I'm a genius, and that hasn't been discovered yet. That would be one misconception.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
People, people call what they. Nah, Montana said, "Is he too late?" At Montana.
Of course not, man.
You said re-question it.
I said, of course not.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. He already know that. You know he always welcome in the Arthur Chain house. We started late tonight, anyway, ladies and gentlemen. And for our viewers that be checking in with us, we appreciate y'all bearing with us before we went live today.
Yes.
We appreciate our following, a little fan base that we do have, and we appreciate the fan base that God is going to send us. You know.
Well, what
Absolutely.
people most misunderstand about me is like I'm rude. I'm not rude. Like there's rude and there's real, or raw. You could call it raw, real, whatever. But I'm pretty sure you'd rather my input over somebody being fake around you. Pretty much. I keep it real. I keep it real myself more than anybody. Actually.
My favorite line from any movie comes from A Few Good Men, and it goes, "You can't handle the truth," because most people can't handle the truth. They want you to lie to them. Yes, you look good in those jeans. It's not that they want you to lie to them. They want you to tell them that they want you to tell them what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to tell you what they want to hear.
People want to hear the truth.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. And then I'm gonna tell, I'm not a hypocrite, so I tell myself the truth too. Like if I'd be like, "Hey, you fucking up. You fucking up." True, Roxanne said. Yeah, hey. I'm my biggest critic, honestly. I'm my biggest critic, but like people like think I'm an asshole, and I might be like let's be real, I might be an asshole. Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna keep it real with you, and I'm gonna love you at the same time. Like so.
Let me ask you. You say you keep it real. Do you think there's a such thing as keeping it too real?
Yes. Because sometimes I'd be like, damn, I should have never did that. Yeah. You're like, damn, what the fuck was I thinking? But that's me checking me. I'm checking myself, you know. And then it's like, all right, yeah, well, the cat. What they say? The cat's out the bag. Hey, fuck it, hey. Well, we gonna go from here. Hey, what's said and done is done and said. So yeah. But yeah, bro. I'm my biggest critic. I'm harder on me than anybody I know. Because I care. I no disrespect to y'all. I care about me more than all y'all.
I mean, I believe that you should.
Yeah.
I don't think that's I think I heard LL Cool J say it, and I'm not saying that he's some great philosopher or something, but it was something that he said that I liked it. He said that it's okay to be a little selfish with you. You know what I mean? I think being a little selfish with yourself is necessary. You know, you hear people say all the time to love yourself, and you have to love yourself first, and so that comes with being selfish with you. You know, you don't if you mistreat your own self, you're gonna allow other people to mistreat you as well. But if you hold yourself to a certain standard, if you respect yourself, if you love yourself, and you treat yourself a certain way, you're not going to allow other people to mistreat you and mishandle you.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think also it makes you a little more delicate with how you handle people as well.
Define delicate. What you mean it makes you more delicate?
When I say it makes you more delicate, makes you more aware, makes you have empathy for others. Because once you love yourself fully, you don't have no hate or no malice for nobody else. So you ain't trying to rain on nobody else's parade. See, misery loves company. Once you're not miserable no more, no longer do you want to rain on somebody else's parade. No longer do you want to cast a shadow to someone. You're just trying to spread love.
I feel that.
Love, trust, honor, value. It all starts with you. I love that. Absolutely. Poet Williams, aka East Wizard.
If misery loves company, why does everybody want to stand in other people's sunshine?
If misery loves company, why does everybody want to stand in others' sunshine?
To receive the fruits of their labor.
Where this nigga come from?
He been in the building. To enjoy the fruits of their labor. I like that. I like that. I think I would say that everybody's attracted to light. You know, even bugs attracted to light. Things from the dark. Light is a magnet for all things. So if you are a light, people are going to be drawn to you. And if you are in the darkness, you're going to be drawn to the light.
You think I'm a light?
Let me ask you this, brother.
I just be talking.
Let me ask you this, brother. Do you think you a light?
I know I'm a light.
Okay.
Look at me.
Okay. Hey, so that's the only thing that matters is what you believe.
Okay. You ain't answer me though. I think you a light.
It doesn't matter what I believe.
Damn. It
don't even matter what you believe. My opinion should not matter.
It shouldn't, but I care about certain people's opinions. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, so all right, let's talk about opinions. Do you care about opinions?
He said your head shaped like a light bulb.
Hey, Paul, you've been missing. You can't even say nothing. You've been missing. I almost set the wellness check on you, Poet. So hey, I don't want to hear none of that.
I'm glad to see Paul in the building. I'm glad he's all right. You know.
Oh yeah, I almost set the wellness check on that nigga. Hey, you better stay out my comments.
Yeah, boy, this silly, man. Hey, can y'all tell me a specific creative moment in your life that, you know, was like a major impact for you?
A major impact.
Or inspired you?
You go first, mister. You go first.
Oh. That's fine. No pressure. A creative moment that inspired me, man, is just, I think was the first time. I mean, I've always been inspired by creativity, but I think the first time that I shared my poem with somebody, I was probably like middle school or whatever, and they were very impressed with my literature. So I think that was like inspiring me, like, yeah, I'm on the right track. Yeah, so from that moment, like I just continued to write poetry. When I first started writing poetry, I was a little naughty boy with a naughty mind, so I wrote a lot of erotic poems. But as I got older and got a little bit more education, a little bit more understanding about life, I started writing about real things. And so now my creativity has changed. And now I appreciate the ability to be able to try to create. And I try to create every day, even if it's just writing a few lines down, even if it's, giving a poem to the people that I've already written. I just try to challenge myself to do something creative every day.
Okay, is that why? Because when I met you, you was making YouTube videos, dancing and shit.
Hey, I was still creative at that point. That was creativity. I used to be a little stripper dance on YouTube, man. Yeah, it was a grinding season at that time. You know what I mean?
But it used to be on all fours alone.
Yeah, hey, I thought I was Usher and Chris Brown all put together. Yeah, they couldn't tell me nothing. Yeah.
I just had a flashback, bro. That shit's so funny. Hey, but they
Yeah,
liked it.
man.
I ain't gonna lie, they liked it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got a picture of me
yeah,
and him from them days.
What you said,
yeah,
Montana?
I said I got a picture of both of us from them days.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you get
yeah,
the
man.
got the white fingers behind your neck trying to show off the little six pack and shit. But look like
Man,
a
listen, talk about it, man. Talk about it, man. We were little superstars, man. We were baby rock stars growing up. Hey, man, you got any creative moment that you had in your life that inspired you, Montana?
Oh, I've been thinking since you started talking about yours. Um, I guess a creative moment for me is just it would have to be me witnessing the impact I had on others.
Yeah,
Whether it be the forum for me telling people how to go about handling certain things, or just the way I would move myself. I guess I that would be my answer. I don't want to keep always talking about the forum, but that's really that's one of my biggest. It's like my baby. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, man, that's creative. The whole show, everything you do is creative in that. Not only that, but to piggyback, I'm gonna just help you out with your creativity. Well, you used to rap like nobody's business, freestyle right off the top of your head, play the drums,
That mother,
and
hey,
a
he used to.
musician like nobody's business. So it's a lot of creative moments. And you was a very big in the marching band. That's very creative too.
yeah. What? It was a performance. I forgot where the fuck we was at, but I was able to see one of my all-time favorite college bands, man, and that seeing their performance, their band director, how the students acted, it sparked a desire in me to want to go to college because I never wanted to go to college. I always wanted to be a GI Joe. So it sparked something in me to say, all right, you know what? How about you just go to college, take up musical theory, and become a band director, and give back. Work my way up from the middle school to the high school. Hopefully, make it to the collegiate side. So I think seeing that show that the band had put on back in the day, I'm kind of dry right now, so it's kind of hard to think about what show exactly it was. Was it Fam? I want to start seeing Fam you in person, but just seeing that, like, it just sparked like it just put a light bulb in me, like, man, I really want to do this shit, man. I want to go to college, and you know what I'm saying. I want to help out little kids like me that want to play a drum or blow a horn. That don't think they can get to college and not even knowing you can get a full ride to college off of tooting your fucking horn. That was a creative moment for me because, like I said, seeing the way that I'm able to inflict the impact on others,
Yes,
and
man.
noticing that it's not always in a negative manner. You know what I'm saying? I hear people say a lot of times like, "Oh, you inspired me, bro," and like I be overlooking that shit, trying to be humble. Um, Trying to be humble, and I hear
All right,
people say,
let me piggyback off that. My
yeah,
creative moment was dropping out of college and still doing what I went to college for without graduating. And that taught me a lot. Like, I learned what I need to learn in college about my trade right now, what I'm doing. So that was my creative moment. Like, I left college because my mom, she left me. She left from my stepdad and everything. So I felt lost. And I have no guidance. I was a wild kid. You was there, mister. You was there. So I dropped out, and I still ended up doing what I wanted to do. Like, I'm doing it now. Like, I went to school for engineering. I'm doing that shit right now. Like, I'm building theme parks and shit like that. So, and I
I
learned
mean,
enough. I learned
I was
enough.
just gonna, I was just gonna say, I don't want to cut you off, but I was just gonna say, your whole job is creative.
Yes.
Everything y'all do is building and constructing different structures for the theme park. I mean, if that ain't creativity and creative, I don't know what is. You go to work to be creative every day.
Yeah. And it's about thinking outside of the box, actually. So, because sometimes they want it this way, and I'm like, yeah, y'all, they're some people who went to college, they're like computerized. I ain't computerized. I'm like, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Hey, it's going to look good. And it 9 times out of 10, it works itself out. But I went through a depression when I left college. I was like, damn, I let myself down. But then I landed 10 years ago. Actually, I landed this job, and I put in my input with them, and here we are now. It worked out. Like time heals all.
Won't he do it?
Everything.
Won't he do it?
Yeah.
He sure will. Every time. Even when we not deserving, he still got our back.
Yeah, so because I thought I failed. I was like, damn, I'm a failure and all this. Like, so I went through a depression. Like,
you learn that failing isn't failure. You know what I mean? You have to fail. How else would you succeed? How else would you even know what you're good at if you ain't never failed?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you too scared of falling on your butt, how you ever gonna get up and walk somewhere? How you get up? How you gonna know that you can't get up?
And the thing is, I didn't fail. But you know why I didn't fail? Because I didn't give up.
Exactly.
And I still ended up doing what I wanted to do.
Exactly. Failing ain't failure. I tell anybody that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not trying is.
I failed. I fell down, but I ain't failed. If you get what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your failing wasn't your failure.
Yeah. I might have stumbled a little bit. Yeah. A little, hands and knees on the ground, but hey, nigga, I got up.
Absolutely. Yeah. They said a man falls down 7 times, but he gets up 8.
Yeah.
Man, Heather, what type of creative process or what type of creative experience in your life inspired you?
It was probably last summer sometime. I was just about done writing. I didn't want to do it anymore. I got sick of stockpiling notebooks and stockpiling notes in my phone. It was, for the longest time, I just wanted to be heard, but I didn't want to be heard, if that made any sense.
So would you say like you wanted to be heard, but you didn't want to be in the limelight? Is that what
Yes. Yes.
Fail class lessons to learn life lessons. I like that.
That's a real shit, poet. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He failed class lessons to learn life lessons. Look at that. I like that, poet. I'm gonna write that down too, poet. Y'all boys gave me some juice tonight. Y'all might hear all this. Y'all might hear all this in one piece.
All right. So who is the most influential in y'all life? And how did it impact y'all?
The most influential person in my life would have to be my grandfather, man. My grandfather stepped in where my father couldn't do. My grandfather did. My grandfather taught me how to be a man. He taught me how to make money with my hands so that I would never go broke. He taught me to have integrity. He showed me the Bible. And not only he never forced the Bible onto me. He just always had been an example of what it was. And so once I read it, I can see, you know what I'm saying, Jesus or the light in my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? So he's been the most influential person in my life. And I think everything happened for a reason. I think God intended for my grandfather to raise me and upbring me. And that's why my biological father was absent. And that's why I have no malice or heart feelings in my heart for him, because everything happens intentionally.
Okay, I like that answer. What about you, Marshall?
I have to go with my grandfather as well. To me, he's my Pepe. He raised me. He was the male figure in my life for most of my life until I had a stepdad later on. He taught me everything. He seemed to be the only person that ever understood me or took an interest in things I was doing, while other people were focused on them getting the attention or anything like that. He was the one that would give me the extra.
I think mine's was my stepdad, actually. Because I wanted a dad so bad. Like, don't get me wrong, it was my stepdad, my dad, and my sister. No, my stepdad, my mom, and my sister. I wanted a dad so bad. Like, when my stepdad came in my life, it's like, yo, finally, like, I got a nigga with me. Because it was just me, my mom, and my sister. Like, I got a nigga with me. Like, this nigga gonna side with me. But he didn't side with me. He did not side with me. But like, I think you supposed to be on my side. We a team. They them and we us, you know, my mom and my sister.
Right,
You know.
right.
They them and we us. But I mean, Tony, you was there, Tony. Yeah, you seen it. But like, he taught me like how to be a man. He was fucking top rate military, so that nigga was hard on me. That nigga did not play when he was there. He was not. Half the time he wasn't there, and that's why I say my mom as well, because half the time my stepdad was overseas, and my mom. I watched my mom be. She wasn't single, but she was single. She was a single lady, but she did everything by herself. Yes, he provided, but he wasn't there at all. Yeah, so she was on her own. And I say my sister because I had to raise my sister. Because he's overseas, my mom's at work, and I'm in school, and my baby sister is in school, so I got to be there. I had to grow up fast. And Mr. You had to grow up a little faster than me, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, you did. I know. So I had to grow up fast, so that was a big impact. Like, and then, you know, and niggas know I don't play by my sister, I don't play by my mama, I ain't even play by my stepdad, you know, he handled himself. But that was a big impact on me, and it made me learn faster. It made me grow up faster, actually. And it's like, yo, and that's why I feel like I had a head start on people, with certain people. I had a head start because I ain't have no choice but to go fast. Because ain't no way I'm letting my baby sister go without. So, you know, I had to be an adult at like 12. Like, I had to be an 18-year-old at 12 years old, so type shit. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That sounds all too familiar.
Yeah. Oh, I know you know. You know better than me.
Yeah. Montana.
Yes, sir.
Influential person for yourself, sir.
For me, it's gonna be my father, which is my grandfather biologically, but my father, they raised me since the third day I was born. That man showed me what it is to be a man. At the end of the day, showed me what it is to be a provider, a protector, to take care of your family. He showed me that no matter what life throws at you, that you keep on pushing forward. You keep going.
All right, I got a question. So one of my coworkers, we had a talk today. He's a new guy too. His wife made him get off the road.
Stop you from whatever it is that you're trying to get to or what you want. Anything.
I think you got a connection. I think you got a connection issue.
Oh, his connection.
It might be. I'm coming through.
Yeah, you got. You was in and out for a little bit, brother.
I should be good now.
All right, I got a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, and this for you, Tone. One of my homies said he got off the road. He took less money because his wife was complaining that he was gone too much. He paid everything, and she was like, she don't give a fuck about that.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? He's gone like 2 weeks, and he's home for 2 days, and he's gone 2 weeks. He's home for 2 days. Because he was complaining like he took a big pay cut coming to work for me.
Usually do. Usually when you come off the road without the experience or anything like that, you usually take a pay cut because you gotta find these certain companies that sometimes they entry level pay. You know what I'm saying? If they do pay good, you got motherfuckers who don't get about that seat. You know what I'm saying? They stay there. So you do usually take a pay cut when you're coming off the road. But as far as his old lady complaining and shit like that, that was something that he was gonna have to have a conversation with his wife or whoever she is, girlfriend, fiance, whatever. That was a conversation that needed to be had. I don't know if they were together before he started trucking or after. But that was it's a part of the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the job title in itself. You know.
He's not even trucking. He's like doing what I do, but just over the road like that.
Oh, so he's doing what you do, but he's traveling.
Yeah, he's not trucking. He's a superintendent.
Oh, okay. And you said basically.
But it's the same shit. You know.
Yeah, basically he's gone. You know what I'm saying? He's not home. Man, at the end of the day, it takes a toll on the spouse, man.
Yeah, but then he's like, it doesn't. In Florida, it doesn't pay enough for him to like take care of his household. But then she's complaining, so he has to come home and work like twice as harder, but at least be home.
To be real, let me answer this. To be real with you, it's kind of hard to answer that question because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The full basis of their relationship. I can only speak on it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said to him.
You know what I'm saying? And like me, I ain't gonna lie. I got Griselda Blanco. I looked up and wiped up Griselda Blanco. That's a tough cookie. At first, you know what I'm saying, she did do a lot of complaining about, me being gone and all this other stuff. Especially when more kids came into the picture. That plays a big part in it as well. But you just have to have a spouse that's understanding and knowing, or you know what I'm saying, knowing and understanding of what that sacrifice is, because like he said, now he's got to come home and he's got to work 3 times as hard just to take care of the bills, which puts more stress on the man, and which can make the relationship even more rocky because now I'm stressed out. The house better be clean, food better be cooked, and I better be something to cook. You know what I'm saying? Like it can go so many ways.
That's so true.
That's a conversation like he just really gotta sit down and have with his spouse, man. It can, certain careers can end relationships. Trucking is one of them. It can definitely. It can end it, you know what I'm saying? You can lose your family. That's something somebody told me when I first started, man. Don't lose your family trying to chase a dollar.
Okay. All right. Hey, so what's the best advice y'all ever gotten? I think I got the best advice today that I ever gotten.
Matt I want to know what Matt had thought of the last question because he was in the military as well.
My bad, Matt had it.
He was in the military as well. You was in the military. I mean, all of us has been in jobs and services where we have to work away from the person that we love. how did that impact you? You know what I'm saying? How did that impact your relationship? You know what I mean?
I don't know the aspects of your relationship, but she sounds like she was okay with the fact of taking extra pay cut, but now he's working twice as hard. So is she okay with getting a job now?
Okay, but how did that impact you? We're talking about your situation, like when you were overseas and you left your loved ones and everything.
I was ready to go. I signed up for a reason. I signed up to leave.
Like, we out of here. I feel it.
I signed up to leave.
Let me ask you.
I'm out of here. Put me on the next plane. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Let me ask you, did you spark any type of relationship while you was in the military and had to be away from that person? Have you ever had a long distance relationship?
No.
No. So like if you had a job where you had to be away from your significant other 2 weeks out of every month and home 2 days in between those 2 weeks, how would you handle that?
I would handle it the same way I've handled it my whole life. I wouldn't put myself in that situation because I ain't trying to see Sandy fucking Jody.
Yes, sir. Oh shit. What about you, BU? I mean, like, what is your advice? What is your advice for some situation?
I thought I answered this already.
You said you did?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
What about you? I think I answered it from the start.
It sucks, man. It fucking sucks. All right, I'm just calling spade a spade. It sucks. All right.
Hey, mine is, nigga. I went overseas. Hey, I went overseas to do the right thing, and she did the wrong thing. Long story short. And we all know that story. Yeah. I did everything right. So that's where you realize. I ain't gonna say you can't please a woman. Sometimes you can't please people. It goes both ways. Because I did everything right, step by step. I would go over here and take care of my family and do all this, and then y'all know how that ended up. We ain't got to go down that rabbit hole no more. And yeah, I did everything right, every single thing right.
We had a saying in the Navy that the ship would not even be out to sea yet; that you would still be in the river. You'd still be in the waterway, getting tugboat out, getting in reverse, and the girls would be back at the bar looking for somebody. That's how fast it would happen.
And that happened. That's crazy because it happens a lot not in the Navy, in the military, like all branches. And it's like, yo. And that's when I realized. And then when I went overseas, because I went to Afghanistan, Iraq, all those other places, the wives over there that's in the military are doing the same shit too. Like everybody's just like, I don't trust no military people. Hey, I don't trust none of y'all niggas. Hey, I don't trust none of y'all. No. Time, yo, enough time away from any person you love. With most people, they're gonna do whatever they want. I'm gonna tell you that now. There's not too many strong people out here.
Think about these athletes. Why do you think they all got the same baby's mamas? This athlete, how you gonna be going against your team on the rival when you share a baby mama off the court? She's over there, got one baby on the laps, cheering for one, you got the other one wearing a different jersey.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, like, and that fucked up my trust issues. Actually, I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, it's hard trust.
So are you saying you've never seen a woman or a man hold it down for a long period of time? Are you basically saying that no matter who it is,
I've seen it, but not often.
not as often? I got you.
Not often.
I got you.
I've seen it, not often. And I condone those women that do it, like or men that do it. I condone them people, but not often. Like I said, I was overseas with women I know that was married doing crazy shit. Like, and then they're saying is, hey, we ain't in the country. Hey, we getting funky type shit. Yeah. So, yeah, bro.
They're like, we never mind not in the same area code. They're like, we ain't even in the same zip code.
And they call it ain't cheating. They call it ain't cheating. But cheating is cheating. So, yeah. It is I've seen it. Like, I watched.
Yeah. I think a relationship that between two people where the partners have to be travel for work. You know, you got nurses who are travel nurses. You got men who got jobs that travel linemen. They usually travel. Guys that work on oil rigs, they usually travel.
Yeah.
Pilots, they travel. You know what I mean? The military travel.
TSA, all that, yeah.
You know, people driving big rigs and freight over the road travel. So I mean, it's several jobs that you know require you to be away from your spouse. Do you think that just no relationship works, or do you think that the dynamic has to be between the two people for it to work?
I think no relationship is a lot easier.
Okay.
I think it really plays on the dynamic between the relationship between them two people, man. It's
Right.
all about
I
willpower.
I agree with that.
Willpower. Because
It's all about willpower.
I've seen women hold men down for 10, 15-year bids. And I mean, not have no dough in their house, you know what I'm saying? Still put money on books. They just come home, got a pocket full of money. I've seen it. You know, but it just all depends on them two partners. It all depends on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take a girl that'll I'll take somebody that'll take my phone number. Never mind hold me down for 10 years.
No, I got it's a criteria to that list. Not everybody else can hold the queen bee title. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
It's some criteria to that.
Yeah, and it takes strength. Like, it takes will, bro. It takes, like, especially when it comes to long distance relationships. Like, it takes a lot. It takes. You gotta be strong, bro. That's it.
I agree with that.
All right, so back to my question. What's the best? Hey, the best advice I ever gotten was I got it today, and I don't know, he's CEO or director. And I just met him today. Actually, he's like, "Don't be afraid to fuck up." That's one of the best advices I got.
I bet.
Yeah, don't be afraid to fuck up. I was like, "Nigga, I ain't scared. Yeah, I'm fuck shit up."
No, I know your ass was like, yeah, that. I Captain.
I'm like, yo, I'm glad you told me that because this shit about to get fucked. Yeah,
I love that.
Montana, best advice you've been told, Montana.
Mind my own motherfucking business.
Say so.
Mind my own business. Yeah, you
That's
know
some
what I'm
good
saying? Mind
advice.
business that pays you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, actually, no, I'm gonna be real with you. The best advice I ever got, man, I got it a few years ago. I was consulting my mother about some family issues, and the thing that she said to me, she said, "Son, I need you to realize that you got your own family now. The moment you left out this house and you laid down with that woman and created that family that you have, that's what comes first in your life. That's what you worry about. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about your daddy. Don't worry about your brothers and sisters. You worry about them first, and then you can think about worrying about us. You know what I'm saying? You can think about it. You don't have to. You can think about it. That was the best piece of advice that I was given. I would say in my life, man, because I was still so worried about what my mama and daddy had going on, trying to help my biological mother out, trying to get my two younger sisters, through graduate through school and stuff like that. And I'm gonna say, nah, boy, that ain't your concern no more. You made your family. That's what you worry about. But I feel like that was the best piece of advice. It took a big old gargoyle off the back of my shoulder.
I feel that.
I like that. Matt had the best advice given, brother.
99% of the people you meet are just acquaintances, and even the ones that call them their friends. 99% of the people you meet are just acquaintances. Know the difference.
I like that. I like that.
Hell yeah, because I dare say friends with friends I was with in my teens or my 20s. And hell, shit, half of my damn 30s. I'll be 40 real soon. So I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that one.
Yeah.
For a season, not a reason.
Yeah, y'all niggas old. About to be 40. Damn, y'all niggas some old niggas.
Hey, old niggas out here, you know what I'm saying? 40 to new 20, nigga. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about you, mister?
And it still look luxurious, nigga. You talking about? Greatest advice given was that God gave me 2 ears and 1 mouth, and said
Hey, I
that it was
shaved this
better.
beard. I'm getting carded for bubble gum, so it's all good.
I know that's right. So you got that baby face, yeah. But my best advice given to me was that God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. He said right then he was telling us that it was better to listen than to be heard.
Okay. Okay, I like that. Mm-hmm.
It's better to watch than to be seen.
Yeah. We gotta be observant. Another person told me if you let a person talk alone, if you let a person talk enough, you know what I'm saying, they'll tell you exactly what they got going on. You know what I mean? You can tell a lot about a person by just letting them talk.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, mister, what's your favorite thing about yourself?
Favorite thing about myself? My integrity.
Okay.
What about you?
Favorite thing about myself? It's funny I asked you a question. I don't know the answer to for me. It's crazy.
I was going to say, I can't answer that question either. That would be a question I would have to ask other people to answer for me.
I think, like, what I care about my people. That's one thing I think. That's the favorite thing about me. Actually, yeah. I could go down this. I care about my people. I don't give a fuck what we go through. Like we can argue, we can not get along for a little bit. But if my favorite thing about myself is if I love you, I love you. For the long run, we can get past anything. And so So that kind of interacts with your integrity statement, Mr. Yeah. So I love you. Like, nigga, we gonna argue. Nigga, there's times I curse you out. There's times you curse me out. I still love you. We still get past it, whatever. You know, not just with you, with anybody I love. Like, so if I love you, I love you, because I don't use that love word loosely. So it's like it's deep. So I think that's for now. From what I can think of off the top, yes, that's my favorite thing about me.
Love. Lying, obviously, very exaggerated. I used to always say love. Lying, obviously, very exaggerated. Because, like you just said, he doesn't play with that word. And a lot of people do play with that word.
Yeah.
The best attribute about myself, it kind of goes along with both Mr. and you answer, is my loyalty. Because loyalty outvalues love. And a lot of people ain't gonna like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, love means a lot, but in some situations, love don't mean shit. Because you can love me and still not be loyal to me.
I agree with that too.
So
yes.
I think with me, my best characteristic would be loyalty. Like, if you were to call me and say, hey, look, you know, X, Y, Z, we might not make it back. I'm gonna look at you and say, well, what time we leaving? You know what I mean? So I think that, you know, it can be a downfall at times, but I'm very loyal to the people that, like you said, the people that I love. You know what I mean? I'm very loyal. I don't give a damn if we argued or you punched me in my mouth yesterday. You call me tomorrow. We're gonna ride together. We're busting living off.
Bad boys for life.
For life.
Bad boys for life.
I like that. Got another question for the people of you?
I got an answer for the other one.
All right, what's the answer?
Instead of loyal, I want to use dependable.
Dependable. I like that. Mr. Reliable. I like that. I like that.
Which in nowadays, finding dependable, reliable people is in shortcomings.
Yeah, that's very shortcomings. Not many people carry that quality. Reliable, dependable. Shit, I hire him right now.
That's a tiring thing too. That can be tiring, being dependable and everything. Yes. That's a sign of maturing and aging, and it can be a tiring aspect.
Absolutely, man. I wrote in a poem, and I was like,
read the whole poem.
The problem with being strong, you know what I mean, is, you know what I'm saying, people forget, you know what I'm saying, that you're human. You know what I'm saying? They hold you to such a high regard, you know what I'm saying, that they forget that, you know, you got aches and pains and feelings and things just like them. So.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all, what's y'all next goal?
My next goal. My next goal is to have this website up and running and getting some jobs and some subcontractors.
I piggyback off that. I wanna go back into my pressure washing. Yeah, that's my next goal. I wanna employ I'm not even gonna say black people. I want to employ good people.
That's all I want.
I don't care what color you are.
No, I don't care what color you are. I want people that have integrity. You know what I mean? That's all. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one else is looking. As long as you got integrity, we can work. You got integrity. You are knowledge. Because if you have integrity, that means if I ask you if you're knowledgeable about your craft, you're going to tell me that you are, or if you aren't. and that means everything that you tell me I can trust. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's a big thing. You know what I mean? So if a person has integrity and they can be like Mad Hatter, reliable, then we can go real far with people like that. And with a positive mindset, oh my goodness, that's the formula for success.
Yeah, my next goal is just to do what I got to do because I want to help people. I want to help people because I've been low before. I've been at the fucking very bottom, like nigga I've been under the bottom actually, like and I know how it feels. And everybody don't get to come up. Like some people give up once they reach the bottom. I didn't, but I want to help those people. And then so yes, and I'm very passionate about that. Like those people who actually want it, because some people they're down there, they want to stay at the bottom. Some people are at the bottom, they want to stay there. They're comfortable. They're complacent. Like they want to be down there. All right, I'll leave you right there. But I want to help the people that wants to be helped.
Right.
But that starts with me. So I gotta help me. And, I gotta get to a certain point which drives me to get to where I want to be. Once I get to where I want to be, because I ain't where I want to be yet. People think I got it all figured out. I ain't figured out half of what I want.
Exactly.
So
the people don't understand what money is. People can look at us and think, okay, we make six figures, that we got money. 6 figures is no money.
That ain't nothing, bro.
That ain't no money, man. 7 figures ain't no money. 8 figures ain't no money. A bill ain't no money. You need several. Elon has like a couple hundred bill. So like people got to understand we were way behind when it comes to the race. So
Yes.
when they look at oh you bring in 6 figures or why you can't help me out, like it takes 6 figures to live. If you making less than 6 figures, you in poverty, you struggling, you're neglecting the bill. And that's sad to say. And then we live in this country that is supposed to be one of the best countries in the world, and we don't even offer free healthcare. And instead of actually curing our people, we treat them and poison them and kill off people slowly. Instead of having healthy foods, we put additives in foods that create cancer, that is known to create cancer. And that's why we are the only country to have the highest cancer population.
Yeah.
Come on, man. How are we the best country in the world, but we can't even, we have the worst medicines in the world.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
Because it's a money game, but we ain't gonna dive down that right now.
And let's not talk about science. Let's not talk about mathematics, because if you want to talk about world countries, we failing in those. We're not even in the top 10.
Oh yeah. So you're talking about money literacy?
No, I said math and science. That's what makes it the world.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is made up of math and science.
Yeah, that's why. Look, none of our doctors or scientists are American.
They're all from other countries. You know what I mean?
They're not American. They're from over there.
So that's what I'm saying.
Africans, like all that, everything.
Because
they take that shit serious because they're going through a lot harder times. So they take that shit way more serious than us.
Make our country great again. Let me ask you, when have our country ever been great?
I don't know. Shit was great when I didn't have to pay no bills. Hey, shit stopped being great when I was like, damn. My mom was like, nigga, you gotta go. That's when it stopped being great.
So America was real great when you was up in your mama's house, right?
Yeah, yes. Yes.
What about you, man?
I ain't saying it was great for her, but it was great for me.
In your opinion, is America great? Have we always been great, or have we fallen from greatness and are making our way back? What's your opinion on that?
I think
I
being.
was talking to man, I had a big head.
Oh, okay. All right. Y'all got it.
I don't think we've ever been great. We've always been lacking in some point, shape, or form.
Right, I agree with that. I can agree with, man. I can agree with. I think we've at one point, had a very strong military. Um, but I feel like, as far as business, economics, as far as our population as a whole, people as a whole, Americans as a whole, I feel like our government fails the American people. I feel like what they tell us the government was designed for, I don't think that it ever had. I don't think it has ever been a time where it actually did what it's designed to do fully, fully. I feel like this created for certain people to win, and so they create through certain rules to manipulate the game.
Yeah,
Like,
I get that. Yeah.
I create the game. I made the rules for the game for me to be able to win. You
I'd
know.
like to talk about my next goal.
Let's talk about your next
What's your next
goal.
goal?
Yes.
Let me hear something.
My next goal is to release a freestyle or something like that. Just get one track out there, just to have out there and deal with the ridicule and the scrutiny that will come with it right off the bat, because I know it's gonna come.
Right. I like that, man. Put that shit out, nigga. We waiting. We waiting.
Come on, Marshall. Hey, Marshall, when you drop it?
You drop that shit, Marshall. All right, now, Marshall. Don't do Lil Wayne now. Don't drop a freestyle, nigga. Drop a rock album the next day. Don't
Hey,
go Post
Marshall,
Malone
hey,
on
send
us.
me a feature, Marshall. I hop on it.
What's your goal, Montana?
Honestly and truthfully, my short-term goal right now is to take my family on a vacation. I haven't,
Yeah.
I haven't taken my family nowhere in a little while. Vacation-wise, um, my I guess long-term goal is to become a first-time homeowner and buy some land. That,
Let's
that,
go.
that's my goals right now. Family
I
vacation,
love it.
homeowner, and land.
What are you thinking for vacation?
I was trying to get BU to hook the brother up with some of them tickets down there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to go down there.
Hold on. What you trying to get some tickets to where? Cause I'm at Disney now.
I don't give a damn. All attractions. Well, whatever you don't provide, I'll pay for. But now, for real, I want to take my kids, because I got 3 boys. But I do want to take them down there and let them experience Disney, because when I went to Disney as a child, I didn't know you had, well, of course, I didn't pay for the damn ticket, but I didn't know that you had to go to every theme park, you know what I'm saying, or every park down there. And this is the 90s for me. So I can only imagine what it's like now, the different attractions, different.
Yeah, shit, crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So that's just something I want my kids to experience. I know last summer we went to the beach. They got to see the aquarium, Ripley's, little mini vacation, stuff like that. But that's my goal, is taking being more family oriented. I feel like I've just been working, and haven't reaped the fruits of my own labor, or been able to bask in my own success. So.
Okay.
I like that, man. Hell yeah. I love your goals, brother. Fuck
I got
yeah,
one more
right on,
question.
Mark.
And
Yeah,
then,
talk to us.
Mister, you can end it. All right, what would y'all do if y'all won a lottery?
I mean,
I answer
the lottery. You got a certain amount to the lottery, or what?
100 mil.
100 mil. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna
Go
disappear.
ahead.
Hey, you get a million, you get a million, you get a million. Don't ask me for shit else. Hey, I'm out. I'm gone. Hey,
Yeah.
invest that 100. Invest that mil. It ain't gotta be 100 mil. It can be 250 mil. Like, hey, I'm disappearing. Social media gone, nigga. Social media gone. Everything gone. I already don't be on social media like that anyway. Only on podcast type shit.
Yeah, off the grid type shit for sure.
Yeah, I'm off the grid. I'm gone. I'm gone. If you got my number, when I hit it, then you got it. Other than that, you ain't got it.
If I was talking to you last week, we are talking this week. If I wasn't talking to you that last week, we are not talking this week.
Hey, real shit, Marshall. Real shit. I'm gone. Bye. Hey, and then if I'm talking to you, like, nigga, all y'all get a meal. And then what y'all do with y'all meal, y'all do. If y'all want to leak, y'all gotta come to me.
Respect. What about you, Matt?
I'm having my house built on Honolulu Island, Oahu Island in Hawaii.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And I'm starting my business there. And I'm starting my business there. Out of my house.
Of course. Why not? 100 mil? You can do that with 100 mil. You can do that with 100 mil. What about you, Montana?
To be honest and truthful, if I would have win 100 mil, I really don't think too much about me a change, except for maybe where I live at. And I think I would purchase enough land to build my own small community for me and my family. So that way, if anybody was ever to, fall down or just needed a house to come to get away or whatever, I got, kind of like how Bootsy got it, the Bootsy estates and all that other crap. Like, right. I think that's what I do with my money, because I've been wanting my parents to move out that house for years, but my mama just ain't going. So I probably buy her a house, and of course, we'll give me my own house, and that's really about it. Now, I could continue working. I would. A lot of people don't. I got 100 million. I ain't working. My black ass still gonna go to work, because that's just in me. I can't sit around. I can't do that. So that's what I do.
Yeah, you got me fucked up. I ain't working. If I'm working, I'm working for me. Yeah, I work for me.
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't necessarily saying I'm about to go work for whoever, but I'm gonna continue to work, because that's just in my nature, bro. I can't sit around, dog. I can't.
I'm starting investment ventures.
Absolutely. Immediately. Immediately. I think if I got $100 million, I'm giving God his 10%, and think that the very next thing I would do would pay a mentorship with some of the wealthy people in the world and figure out how to turn the remaining of my fortune into 100 bill.
Hey, so why you gotta give God money? This just a question. Because
God gave me money. What do you mean?
So what God gonna spend on that? What God gonna buy?
You gotta understand what tithes is.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
Explain to me.
Okay, so tithes and offering is as simple as you don't sow tithes into bad ground. You gotta know where you putting your tithes at first.
Yes.
They tell you don't sow your seeds in bad ground. So first, if you're paying tithes, you want to be paying some tithes to somewhere who is, connected to what you're doing it for. So if you're paying tithes, what is tithes? Tithes is your 10% of any increase.
10% of what?
Of any increase
Okay.
If God gave you any increase, you're supposed to give him 10%. If you grow a garden, you're supposed to leave 10% of your garden open, untouched, unharvested, for the homeless to come by and take from your garden. Because your homeless is God people. Everything that you do, you're supposed to get 10%. That's why I don't mind giving somebody a ride in my car, because God gave me my car.
So you pay tithes right now?
Do I pay tithes right now?
No.
Yes.
You
Yes.
do?
Yes.
And who do you pay it to? God got a bank account? Like, I'm confused.
I pay it to the church.
Yeah, to your church.
What church? And how do you pick that church?
How do you pick that church? See,
Usually, I'm
ignorant to the situation.
You normally would pay tithes to a church that you are a member of.
So, what church do you go to? You don't go to church.
Okay. So I understand that
I'm
you may
I'm ignorant to the situation. Yes.
I understand that you maybe understand that you are naive to how the process works. But just because I don't go every Sunday don't mean I'm not a member. And church is, me and you are the church. The building is just a tabernacle. It's just a place of worship and fellowship.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The Bible said where.
Me and you can sit here and open the Bible and have church. The people are the church. We are the church.
Amen.
All right. So where do you send your money to? What church? Or where do you send your money?
Where do I send my money?
Where do you send it?
To Covenant Love.
What was it? Tithe? Is it TITHES?
Yes, tithes. Covenant Love.
Yeah. Where do you send your money to?
I just told you, the church.
What church?
Covenant Love.
Okay.
You been an asshole or something,
BU always plays devil advocate.
You trying to be an asshole. Yeah, he's trying.
No, I mean, I'm gonna ask you questions people gonna ask us. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, I'm seeing a smile on your face, man. You being an asshole right now.
How you can see my smile and I don't see your face at all? But, hey, you
ain't gonna see my face. It's dark in here. I'm working.
Nah, but real shit. On the real note, like I don't know the process. Like,
hey, Montana. When you're a very large ship, it takes a mighty wave to rock your boat, brother.
Yeah,
everybody must be you.
It's always like that. Little splashes don't bother you, man. You don't really feel them.
I was observing him picking, and like the nigga just said the name like 3 times. He talking about what church? Okay, all right.
That nigga did not say that name 3 times. He just said church, and then he said, I said what church the last time.
I did, but you didn't hear me. It's okay. But he didn't hear me because he be talking over people.
That's what it was. You was just talking over me, but all right, we good.
But that's
both tones are against me. I feel y'all.
No, I'm just saying. I'm against assholeness. That's it. I'm just keep it real. I'm against assholes.
Nah, bro, I don't see why God need money. That's all I was saying.
Because
the thing is,
no, on a serious note.
Let me answer. So when you pay your tithes and offerings, right? So if you pay your tithes and offerings to a real church, not none of these preachers that's gonna take your tithes and offerings and pull out the brand new Bentley with the Gucci suits and all that stuff like that. No.
Yeah.
Your tithes and offerings are to go toward the upkeep of the building, the bills for the building. You gotta think, just because it's a church, you still have an electric bill, you still have a mortgage probably. There's a lot of things that going to happen in church that the tithes and offerings take care of. And then also, that is also how you pay your preacher as well. That's how the preacher gets paid. Like
Yeah, because it's all that, but all that shit is untaxed too.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr.
Tithes. In the Bible, it says, put your tithes in the storehouse so that when you may be in need, you will have the needs to meet your needs. So the reason why we pay tithes is absolutely for everything that he said, but also you pay your tithes so that whenever there is a time that you have need, you're supposed to be able to go to your church when you need money to pay your light bill. You're supposed to be able to go to your church when you need to pay your mortgage. You're supposed to be able to go to your church when you're behind on your car payment. You're supposed to be able to go to your church when your school, your kid's school has a fundraiser. These are these things that once you paying your tithes into the church and your offering into the church, you're
You're
supposed to be able
giving.
to go to church.
Okay.
You're supposed to be able to go to church with things too when you are in need, not just every Sunday you're going to ask for something from the pastor. No, that's not how it works. But when you are in need, because you put this up, you will have what you need in season. That's what
Yeah, okay.
tithes are for.
I like the way you put that. Yeah,
God doesn't
it makes
require,
sense.
God,
It makes sense.
God
I
doesn't.
like that.
Okay, hold on.
I
And
like
also, God doesn't require anything from you. God doesn't need money from you. You're not giving God money. The thing is, the 10% is a sacrifice. The thing is, you want things from me. You want me to bless you. You praying. You want things to go good in your life. But what are you doing for me? And for me is my people, because God doesn't come off his throne. He uses people to help each other. That's what we were all made for. We were all many members, but one body. You know what I mean? Everybody was. That's why I tell you that I have to be compassionate to everybody, because we are all connected. So everybody that you think is stranger is still your brother unannounced, your sister unannounced. It also says that beware of strangers that you see unannounced in strange clothing, because you may be in the presence of an angel unannounced. So this is why I'm gonna treat the janitor the same way I'm gonna treat the CEO, and I'm gonna give everybody the same compassion when I meet them.
I
But
like
the
the way you
reason
put
why,
that. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
yeah,
I like the way you put that. I
yes,
understand.
God gave his only begotten son for you may have eternal life, and he asked you for 10%. Just to see if you would. Just to see if you would. Think about it. You
Like,
see, you don't know the story of Abraham, but he told Abraham to give him his son. He told Abraham to sacrifice his son just to see if he would. Then when he seen the man's heart, he had a ram in the bush. Told him use the ram as a sacrifice. You don't need to kill your son for me. He just wanted to see if the man had the heart to do it. And then when Abraham did it and had the heart to do it, he was like, I give y'all mine. I'll match you. I one up you. But see, this is why you gotta get in your word, man. This is why you gotta get in your word, man. This is why you gotta get in your word. But see, me telling you about God and you knowing God for yourself is two different things.
Yes.
I can talk to you about God all day long.
I got 5 minutes.
You won't always be lost.
But if you're paying for prayer, aren't you just funding the wishing well?
The thing about it is, the Bible says, "So is a man thinking, so is he." So it's whatever your heart is intending. It doesn't matter what the church does with the funds, as long as what you intended when you gave it to the church. The blood is not on your hand; it is on the preacher's hand if he's not a righteous man. It's on the church's hand if the church is not a righteous church. See, when God comes, he don't start in the congregation; he starts at the head, the bishop down. So if you are in the right place, and if he's leading the church astray, then he's going to be held accountable, and the blood is on his hands because he didn't do right with his people. But see, you will still be held accountable to a certain extent because he said you're supposed to sow your seeds in good ground. See, if you are a child of God, it says that he says that my sheep know my voice, and no other shepherd will they answer to. So when you know who God is and you know him for yourself, when you know your daddy, somebody else can call you down the street, but if that ain't your daddy's voice, you don't answer. You know your mom's voice. So when your mom called you as a little kid, you knew that was your mother. So if someone else mom called you, you also knew that that wasn't your parent. In stranger danger when you were small children. So it's the same thing with God. God is our heavenly Father. So if you know God and you know his word and you know his spirit, then you will see it. When you will see the church, you'll know that you are in good ground, sowing your seed in good faith. So the thing is to go in with a mind that, oh, as soon as I give this to the people, he's going to go and do whatever. Your heart was in it. Your mind was already in the wrong place. So as a man thinketh, so is he. So you thought ill will before you even gave it. You looked at the church as a money train before you even gave it. So the money, your seed is already soiled. No matter how much you give, a greedy man can give all day to God. But if his soul ain't right, it don't matter how much he gave. A rich man can't buy his way into heaven. No rebuttals.
Marshall?
Well, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna say, okay, they pass out the basket. They pass out the basket a couple of times during each mass. And how many masses are there? You gotta.
I don't like churches that pass it around 3 or 4 times. That's not good ground.
and then you donate. Then you donate money to light a candle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Catholic churches. I don't trust them people. They got a whole different understanding that I don't follow. You know. Yes. I'm not denominational, but yes, Catholics are some. They got some rituals over there. That. Yes, absolutely. But I don't. To me, you know, they say Jesus was a carpenter. Even Jesus worked. A man don't work, don't eat. So, and Jesus preached too. So your only job can't be a preacher. To me, like I don't condone in mega churches that fund a preacher's salary so that he can only solely preach. I believe that you're still supposed to have some type of work about yourself outside of the church, and that church is supposed to just take up an offering for the Speaker of the House as an offering. You know what I mean? Whatever we can give, not as, oh, the preacher has a set salary. To me, that's crazy. I got to pay you to hear God's word.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to, but I get what you're saying.
But see, that's not a good ground. That's why I say you got to know. Until you know him for yourself, you will be confused. If you don't know the Bible, and you go to a church and the preacher says X, Y, Z, you have no choice but to believe him because you don't know no different. So this is why I say study to show yourself approved, for workmen should not be ashamed, rightly divided in the word of truth. Because once you put it in you, you can't take it out. So once you learn it, and once you know who God is, you can't be confused. Once you know your mama voice, once you know what your dad taught you, once you know what your mother taught you, once you know what your parents taught you, and someone say, hey, your mama said X, Y, Z, but you know that is not what your mama said. You know that goes against everything that your mama say. You know for sure that person is lying on your mama. See what I mean? Now, let's take it away from your mom and your daddy and put it in God. If I know God for myself, and I know his word to be what it is, and you come and tell me that God said this, and I know that it's not what he said, I know you lying on God. But if I don't know God for myself, how can I say that you ain't? I digress.
I have trouble, but I have trouble putting that much faith in a God that was written by man.
Yeah,
that's where faith is. Faith is believing the things that you cannot see. See, I
see them letters in the Bible though.
You can say that man, God gave man the ability to interpret the Bible. God doesn't come off his throne to do anything. Okay, so how else was it going to be written? First, and God gave the man interpretation to write the Bible. But also in that, God has revealed himself to show himself to be real. And a lot of things that is in his scripture has also shown itself and revealed itself to be real. So if you want to keep it to science, once you do what you do with a hypothesis, you test it until it is proven. And when it's proven, it's becoming a theory. When it's a theory, it's becoming law. So I know God to be real. So to me, God is law. And God is love, and love is law. So for me, I'm under the law of God, which is love.
But isn't the Bible meant for interpretation? You can say that any one of those occurrences in the Bible happened in today's life. You could say that Armageddon was World War II. You can say this. You can say that. Yes, you can say that the rapture was this. Yes. and there's always been comparisons to that, but that's just interpretation that we're living in it today.
This is where your faith has to come in. You could fall for something, or you could stand for something, or you could fall for anything. You know what I mean? I know God to be real. He done showed me. He done changed the way I think, changed the way I operate, and he done moved and touched me and do things. So nothing can tell me that he's not real. I done prayed about things that didn't happen. But that's also because I done been obedient in the way that he wants me to live my life. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Do I backslide? Oh, absolutely. And my biggest demon is sexual. You know what I mean? I have a lot of fornication with my body. You know what I mean? That is one of my biggest demons. But see, I have to confess out of my mouth to be forgiven from God. So you know what I'm saying? I'm able to have my testimony because my testimony will allow others to overcome. You see what I'm saying?
Do you think that your God is higher than everybody else's God?
I think my God is everyone's God. I think there's only one God.
Does that go with all religions? Because
it doesn't go with all religions, but I'm not a religious man. I said I'm a God-fearing man. And in my interpretation, there's only one God. But to each his own. And like I just said earlier, from what your perspective is, that's your reality. And I am never going to come into your reality and tell you that your reality is wrong. From my perspective and my reality, I am right. So from your reality, what you believe is also right. From BU's perspective, is also from BU's perspective. So he's right from his perspective because that is his point of view. Who am I to tell him that his point of view is wrong when I'm not seeing from his lens? See what I mean? So I would never tell or force, you know what I'm saying, you want to call it my God onto anyone. But the fact remains is that whether you believe in God or whatever the situation may be, God believes in you. Whether you love God, God loves you. You see what I'm saying? And there's different ways that we have seen and God has shown himself, but a lot of times if you don't have the lens, you are blind to the fact. When you are in darkness, you don't have the lens to see. This is why you are attracted to light.
I ain't got no rebuttal. Marshall, what you got?
I'm good.
All right, let's close it out.
All right, man. I appreciate that. That was.
Hey, you got passion about. I love it though. You got passion. What's that movie? Passion of Christ.
And that's how y'all. The thing is, man, y'all just had a conversation with God and don't even know it because at that point I was no longer me. You see what I'm saying? Like I was just being used. You see what I'm saying? Like so.
Yes, sir. You are a vessel, my boy. You are a vessel.
You know, like, you know. But we're going to close it out, man. That's a motion for y'all Mondays, baby. Yeah.
So you can say you were a vessel.
Absolutely. 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 I asked God to use me. I want to be an instrument. Absolutely. This is why I write the way I write. And this is where I am. This is why I even decided to share my poetry with the world, is because of my obedience to God. He told me that I gave you a talent, and I don't know why you hiding it from the world when I gave you a message to share to the people. So I'm here to be an instrument and share messages to his people.
I like that. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, you got your closing words or what?
Oh yeah, we got a closing word. You know, I always got
you got words and shit.
Yeah, you know, I always got something positive for the people, man. I tell y'all, like I tell my people, man, reading is fundamental. Fundamental is power. Power is the key. Key open up doors to your destiny, baby. What you got for the people, man? Close it out with them. You got a closing statement for the people we use?
Marshall, what you got?
If reading is fundamental, I'm going to play off of what he just said. If reading is fundamental, it's fun to play with your mental.
I love it. I fucking love it. Man, listen, I'm writing it down.
I ain't got nothing, man. Hey, you, and then, hey, one thing One thing I do gotta actually I gotta close the statement. You gotta learn yourself before you know yourself.
I love that.
And I'm gonna leave it at that. You gotta learn yourself before you know yourself.
You got a closing statement for the people of Montana?
Nah, man. Peace, love, and chicken grease.
Yes,
Man,
Lord. Yes, Lord. It's all right, baby. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all listening to this, man. This has been another episode of Art for Change podcast. Today is Monday. We have Motion Monday. We talked about a diverse themes of topics tonight, man, but it was very digestible, man. We should probably should have had this on a Soulful Sunday. But it's all good, man. Peace and love. Art for Change, baby.
Hey, do I look like the Black KKK? All right, never mind. End the podcast.
You look like the Black KKK. And before I forget, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you are an artist of any spectrum of art, share your art with Art for Change Podcast, the official Art for Change Podcast on Instagram. Check us out. Come fuck with us, man. Peace and love. When we out.
We got an interview coming up. I'll let them know next time. We got one coming up. So yeah.
Yes, sir.